A beloved actor dies chasing a beach ball. His wife disappears without a word. No statement, no tears, no goodbye. Then at the funeral, his daughter whispers, "He died saving me." So what really happened in those waters? Because this doesn't feel like a tragedy, it feels like a cover-up. He survived Hollywood. He survived fame, but a peaceful vacation ended in silent sand. Something about the story doesn't add up. Why did his wife vanish? Why was his journal erased? And why does it feel like the world was told to move on? This isn't just a loss. It's a warning. A famous actor dies. His wife vanishes. His daughter says, "He died saving me." But the official story, just a drowning. No one's talking, but we are. And the truth might be darker than anyone imagined. What in the world is going on here? Malcolm-Jamal Warner, yes. The same Theo from The Cosby Show was found dead in the waters of Costa Rica. It shocked everyone. A man who had been in our homes for years growing up on TV was suddenly gone. But the real shock, his wife disappeared to no tribute, no goodbye, no Instagram post, no interview. Not a single word. Just vanished, like someone erased her from the story. Now seriously, who buries their husband and then vanishes like that? No eulogy, no tears, no final message. Even the media stayed quiet, like they were all told not to speak. Naturally, people started digging, and what they found. Let's just say it was messier than a family fight on Facebook. Was it heartbreak? Or was it something deeper and more dangerous? Because let's be honest, Malcolm didn't just pass away. His whole story disappeared with him. So sit back, grab your tea, and really pay attention, because this is not just about someone passing away. This could be one of the biggest cover-ups we have seen in a very long time. It might look like a tragic accident on the surface, but when you start to pull the thread, everything begins to unravel. Let's take it from the top. Malcolm-Jamal Warner, the man who played the lovable Theo. Huxtable was known for staying far away from scandal. He lived a quiet life. No online drama, no public fights, no messy headlines. He was respected, loved, and known for keeping it clean. So when the news broke that he had died suddenly at just 54 years old, people were shocked. And not just because he was young, but because of how it all happened. The official story. Malcolm drowned while on a peaceful trip. He was at the beach, with his daughter and a close family friend. It was early morning. The waves were calm. Nothing about the scene suggested danger. They were simply enjoying the sunrise, a quiet family moment. But then, according to the report, a beach ball drifted into the water and Malcolm jumped in after it. Just like that. His daughter told him not to go too far, but he laughed and kept swimming. That was the last time she saw him alive. Now pause, for a moment, really think about that. A man who had no history of reckless behavior suddenly drowns while chasing a beach ball. Not a child, not someone in trouble, just a floating toy. From the beginning, something felt off, but things only got stranger from there. This is not just about how Malcolm died, it is about everything that happened after. Because only days after his body was found, his wife vanished. Yes, his wife. The same woman that barely anyone even knew existed. She was never seen at red carpets, never posted on social media, never gave interviews. And then, suddenly, she was gone without a trace. No press release, no statement to the fans. Not even a quiet post saying goodbye. You would think she would be the first to speak out, the first to grieve publicly, to defend her husband's legacy. But there was nothing. Not even a black and white photo with a sad caption. That silence spoke louder than any words ever could. People started asking questions. Who was this close family friend that was there with them? Why has no one tracked them down for answers? And more importantly, why are the people who should be talking, completely silent? No interviews, no explanations, just a heavy wall of quiet that feels too thick to be normal. And here is where it gets even creepier. Malcolm's daughter, who had been quiet for 3 days, collapsed during the funeral while holding a folded flag. As she fell, she whispered something that sent chills down everyone's spine. "He died saving me." But wait, did the original story not say he was chasing a beach ball? What was she talking about? Was there more to that moment in the water than anyone has told us? Suddenly, that peaceful morning sounds a lot less peaceful, and the idea of a simple accident starts to crumble. If he died saving her, then what was he saving her from? Was there something or someone in that water? Was she in danger? And if so, why has no one come forward to explain that? All of this, points to a story that is far from finished. There are too many loose ends. Too many people staying quiet. And too many weird details that do not line up. We are talking about a man who lived his entire life with dignity gone in a moment, and now surrounded by mystery. What makes it all worse is how fast the world moved on. No big tribute, no follow-up questions. It was almost like someone wanted this whole thing to be forgotten. But we have not forgotten, and we are not just going to let it slide. This is not just about celebrity gossip. This is about truth, it is about justice, and it is about shining a light on something that is being kept in the dark on purpose. When the people closest to the truth go silent, someone has to speak up, and that is why we are here. So we ask again, what really happened to Malcolm? Where is his wife? Why are the timelines so messy? And why does it feel like the story we were told is just the tip of the iceberg? We are digging deeper. We are connecting dots. And we are not letting go until the real truth comes to the surface. Because this is not just a story, it is a warning, a reminder that sometimes, the truth is hidden behind the most polished smiles and peaceful scenes. So if you are still with us, buckle up. This ride is far from over. Now think about that. A big celebrity passes, and the person closest to him, his wife, says absolutely nothing. That's a red flag. Most people didn't even know he was married. His last public relationship was with Regina King, and they split over a decade ago. Since then, nothing. No public dates. No wedding photos. Just jazz music and peace. That is why, when the news first mentioned a wife, fans were shocked. Her name wasn't mentioned, no photos, no one came forward to speak for her. After one line saying Malcolm was on vacation with his wife, she was never mentioned again, like she never existed. Now rumors are everywhere. Some think she was made up to give Malcolm a normal image. Others say she was very real, but their relationship had problems. One Reddit thread even claims Malcolm filed for divorce 2 weeks before that trip, and the trip itself was a last shot at fixing things. People nearby say they heard fighting the night before he was found. One person claimed a chair was thrown. Security got involved, and then, hours later, Malcolm was discovered in the ocean, face down, no injuries, no signs of a fight. Oh, and just that night, the security cameras stopped working. Coincidence? And here's where it gets more mysterious. When investigators wanted to talk to the wife, she was gone. No plane tickets. No passport use. No bank activity. No one could reach her. Her phone, off. Even the people who knew her said they hadn't heard a thing. One person, speaking anonymously, described her as controlling someone who liked to be in charge. They said Malcolm loved her, but something felt off. He even flinched when she got angry. They stopped inviting them to social events because the vibe was just strange. But now it gets even darker. According to sources, a little sketchy. Sure, Malcolm had been planning to reveal major secrets about Hollywood. He kept a journal, filled with notes, voice messages, even videos. He called it his evidence of the sickness in the system. He had been working on it quietly for years, and guess what? That journal is missing. And the only person who had access to the safe where it was kept. Her daughter. So let's put it together. A famous actor dies suddenly. His wife vanishes. Numbered goodbyes, no answers. A secret journal full of potential Hollywood secrets gone, and no one in the press is talking. Why? Because Hollywood only likes drama when it is safe. A slap on stage, fine. A mysterious death and a vanishing spouse, too risky. But here's what's really strange. Malcolm had changed his travel plans at the last minute. His emails were deleted, just hours after he died. His upcoming Netflix documentary about mental health in Black Hollywood was suddenly cancelled. And again, where is his wife? This should be the time for tributes, candlelight vigils, throwback clips from The Cosby Show. But instead, silence. Even his Instagram is gone. It feels like someone wants us to forget. But we won't. Because when a man dies under strange circumstances, and the one person who should be mourning him disappears, this is not just grief. This is something being hidden. And this story, we're only just getting started. Part 2. What the public is saying, what insiders are whispering, and how deep this rabbit hole might really go. Picture this. Malcolm-Jamal Warner, the actor we all loved as Theo Huxtable, suddenly dies while on vacation. No drama at the scene. No cuts, no bruises, just a tragic drowning in the calm waters of Costa Rica. A grown man who made it through Hollywood, the Cosby spotlight, and years in the industry. Now gone. But what really had fans and internet detectives talking was not just how Malcolm died. It was what came after, or actually, what didn't. Where was his wife? Yes, the same woman he always spoke about with so much love. The one he kept private. The one the world barely knew. She simply disappeared. No statement, no social media post, not even a thank you for the prayers, just silence. She ghosted the world. And here's the wild part. Malcolm's own family said they have not heard a word from her since it happened. How does someone lose their husband and then vanish into thin air? That is not just grief, it feels like something straight out of a mystery movie. One anonymous source, who worked with the couple on a photo shoot, said she was distant. Barely said a word, always on her phone. Like she was waiting for something. The internet did not miss a beat. Reddit lit up. Twitter turned into a detective squad. TikTok creators went deep, breaking down old interviews, zooming in on red carpet moments, analyzing every small detail. Some believe she was never real. Others think she was planted by a secret Hollywood group. Some even claim she was part of a shadowy team that removes celebrities when they start stepping out of line. Sounds crazy, but the story only gets stranger. There's no official record of a marriage. Reporters searched, LAS records nothing. That means, if they were married, it either happened off the radar or in another country. Even in Costa Rica, local officials seemed confused. One hotel worker posted anonymously online, saying Malcolm appeared mostly alone. They said he looked off, and the only woman seen with him did not check in under his name. So if she was not registered as a guest, is missing from the security footage, and left no trace behind after his death, then who is she? Now, here's where things start to look suspicious. Just 3 weeks before his death, Malcolm changed the beneficiary of his life insurance policy. And guess who he added? The mystery wife. Not his daughter. Not his siblings. Not even his longtime agent, only her. Like he either sensed something was coming or someone convinced him it was just a safety measure. And after his death, 2 massive wire transfers totaling hundreds of thousands were pulled from his joint account. Fast, not over time, just boom, straight to a Cayman Islands account. And guess who had access? According to a financial leak, the wife. Imagine that. No funeral speech, no public grief, but she knew exactly how to send that money. Even Malcolm's closest friends are starting to question everything. One former co-star, off the record, said she always seemed too perfect to rehearse. Like she was playing a role, not showing real emotion. They said she didn't come from love. Ouch. And the public. They are not buying the heartbroken widow image either. Social media is full of questions. Hashtags like hashtag where is Malcolm's wife and hashtag justice for Theo are trending. People are making comparisons to shady characters from thriller shows, and some of the memes are scarily accurate. Even the funeral was weird. It was a quiet, private ceremony, no media, no live stream, barely any public faces. And then, his ashes disappeared. The wife told his family that Malcolm wanted to be scattered in a peaceful place, but no one saw it happen. No pictures, no location, just her word, and then nothing. This whole situation is starting to sound like a made-for-TV mystery. But wait, it gets creepier. Suddenly, new footage popped up. One blurry clip from a luxury Costa Rican villa shows a woman who looks like the wife. But she is not at a memorial. She is not speaking with police. She is walking through the resort like a tourist, head-to-toe designer clothes, carrying a luxury duffel bag. No family, no kids, no grief. Just her, looking like she just won the lottery. And let's be real, what kind of widow checks out of sadness like it is an Airbnb stay? Where is the emotion? Where is the loss? Where is the basic respect? Even hotel staff said she never once asked about Malcolm's remains. And the story does not stop here. In part 3, things take a sharper turn. Legal troubles, deeper investigations, and maybe even an arrest warrant. So, don't blink. Because what started as a tragic drowning is starting to look like something much more twisted. She never even said his name, not once. Instead, she asked for an early checkout from the resort, saying she had other plans. Other plans. While your husband's body is lying in a morgue. That does not sound like heartbreak, it sounds like something out of a cold case file. And it gets stranger. Her phone's last ping. A remote area in Belize. Since then, nothing. Like she vanished from the face of the earth. The way background characters disappear from a Netflix mystery. Investigators tried to trace her credit cards. Nothing showed up. Flight logs. All over the place. And while all this confusion spins, Malcolm's body is still in Costa Rican, claimed. No family has stepped forward. No funeral date. Meanwhile, the woman's entire digital presence has been wiped clean. Wedding photos gone. Her social media accounts erased. Her family dead silent. Not a single word from anyone. At this point, conspiracy theories are running wild. One popular Reddit thread claims she was never actually his wife, but a Planta carefully crafted illusion to keep fans distracted while something much bigger played out behind the scenes. Another theory suggests she was paid off to disappear, silenced by people with power. Some say, a production company. Others whisper about a billionaire tied to Malcolm's past deals. And here's the part that really shakes things up. Malcolm was working on a secret documentary, one that reportedly exposed deep problems in the industry: abuse, manipulation, and spiritual exploitation. He was collecting real evidence, and now, he is dead. The footage is gone. And the one person who may have had access to it vanished. Even people close to him are not talking. His publicist, producers, longtime friends all quiet, like someone warned them. One journalist who tried to speak to staff at the villa was fired 2 days later. Another blogger got slapped with legal threats after sharing leaked travel details tied to the wife's possible escape route. This is not just a messy scandal, it is starting to look like a well-oiled cover-up. And what makes it even worse? The disrespect. This man gave Hollywood decades of his life. From the moment he played Theo Huxtable, to his poetry, his activism, his mentorship behind the scenes, he earned a proper goodbye. But instead, his memory got reduced to a 12-hour hashtag that trended and then faded like an old TikTok trend. There's no dark conspiracy. Even if this really was a tragic accident, why has everyone disappeared? Why is there no clear story? Why does this feel more like a secret being buried than a life being honored? People deserve answers. Malcolm deserved more than just a quiet headline and a closed door. So what now? Are we just supposed to let it fade like every other Hollywood mystery? Are we really expected to believe that Malcolm-Jamal Warner's wife vanished the moment he died and no one is concerned? No post, no tears, not even a sending prayers story on Instagram. The silence. It is deafening. And honestly, this is no longer just about one woman disappearing. This is about how the powerful rewrite stories, clean up digital footprints, and erase people like they were never here. Something just does not add up, and we are not the only ones raising eyebrows. What really happened after Malcolm passed away? Who is being protected here? And more importantly, why is everyone staying so quiet? That is exactly why we are asking the tough questions no one else wants to ask. We are here to shine a light on the hidden truths behind all this celebrity drama. So if you are feeling just as confused, shocked, and suspicious as we are, hit that like button like your rent depends on it. Subscribe for more surprising deep dives. And do not forget to turn on those notifications, because trust us, this story goes much deeper than it seems. Share your theories in the comments below. Was this all planned? Is she staying hidden on purpose? Or is something much darker happening behind the curtain? Let the digging begin.